Welcome back, everyone, here to Bronx Talks. Today, we got a very special video for you guys. We are going to be talking about a Yankees secret weapon that they might have in the playoffs. Not really that secret because we're telling it to you guys, but a weapon that the Yankees have for the playoffs. We're going to be talking about it. And yeah, let's get right into it. Christian, would you like to start it off?
Sure. The secret weapon is the long relievers, and the first one is Domingo Herman. Now he's actually having a pretty good year this season after almost getting DFA'd, at least in fans' eyes. A 3.30 ERA, and if you date the numbers back to after his Houston start, it's even better. He's striking out guys at a much lower rate than he has in his career, although the walks and home runs are also down somewhat significantly. His fastball isn't overpowering, although it has a very high spin rate in the 97th percentile. If anything, I'd say that's better for a long reliever because he doesn't need to maintain like 100 miles an hour throughout multiple innings. And expect to see this guy piggybacking off of Jameson Tyone. We have our Garrett Cole, Nestor Cortez, and Luis Severino kind of like set in stone. Although Jameson Tyone, he's been pitching good recently, but I think they'd like to kind of have a backup option, or if Jameson Tyone can only get through 3 or 4, just someone to go to after. And I expect to be Domingo Herman, that guy.
Yeah, Herman's pitched very, very well. And obviously, after his first start in Houston, a lot of fans were frustrated. And then after the Monty trade, it was kind of like, why not keep Monty? But I think Domingo Herman has regained the fans' trust. I think a lot of fans believe in him now. And I think a lot of fans respect what he's done this year. Obviously, did the Sammy Sosa flag thing on 9/11. And he was the opener of that start. And I think a lot of fans have a lot more confidence in him. So do I. And I love Domingo Herman the way he's pitched this year, and I've always believed in him. I always, knew he had great stuff, and he's kind of putting that together, which is really nice to see. And I think Herman could be lethal coming out of the pen, giving you some innings and saving the bullpen. In a big series, saving the bullpen, and that could really, really be a big help. And I have a lot of confidence when Herman's out there.
Yeah, I mean, even if it's not like piggybacking, just say you have a 3-run lead and you're in the sixth inning. I mean, do you really want to go through your all your high leverage relievers, or do you want to just eat a few innings and then go right to your closer? Like it's really huge in the postseason. Not going to see it as much in the ALDS. I wouldn't be surprised if he only makes like one appearance, just because the off days are very weird for the American League Divisional Series. It's like one in between games 1 and 2. Then there's another one on the travel day. So more rest stays there, but especially in the ALCS, expect to see him. And the next guy, you might be expecting Clark Schmidt. I don't really see him being a long reliever in the postseason. The Yankees, they sent him down to stretch him out, possibly as a starter or a long reliever. But now he's kind of been getting used in like these high leverage spots. And I think that's going to kind of be his role if he makes the postseason roster. But just one inning gets him out, not a long reliever. The guy we're going to be talking about is Frankie Montas. Montas. Now, Boone said he won't be making any postseason like actual starts, although he could be an opener or appear out of the bullpen. And most Yankee fans probably don't want to see him on the mound in October based on how he pitched with the Yankees. Although I don't really see the Yankees just sending this guy out
Yeah.
and taking a gamble unless he was like on his game. You could blame his struggles on his shoulder. His numbers after his shoulder injury like aren't that good, and he's also had shoulder problems his whole career. So it's kind of a toss up. I think he's he's definitely not as set in stone as Domingo Herman, although this guy could be a legitimate weapon if we get him back to the guy we traded high level prospects for. He could be serious out of the bullpen.
Yeah, could come out just throwing darts. Too, and that his splitter is so far with the Yankees is not a pitch he's found much consistency with. But yeah, I mean, I would tell the fans the same thing. The Yankees are not gonna just throw him out to the wolves and say, "Here, pitch in the play." No. But if they feel they're working on the side and they feel they if they feel they can get him to a point where they feel comfortable in, he could be big when you're up big, down big, or hopefully not down big. But if you're down, he could be someone who just come out of the pen and throw darts. And if he got that splitter working, it would be really, really nasty coming out of the pen. So he's definitely an option. And the good thing, especially with the Yankees pitching in general, and we talked about this in a previous video about the outfield, a lot of depth, which is something you have to give Brian Cashman a lot of credit for. The depth has been there, and he's definitely someone that we may have to count on, and hopefully he can go out there and perform. And I know he has the stuff to do it.
Yeah, the one thing I would say about him coming out of the bullpen, there were guys on base every inning with him. And that's like the biggest thing with relievers. Not that he's really going to be a reliever, but you're still coming out of the bullpen. The last thing you can do is walking guys, hitting guys, pitching around people. So if he does come back, I'd like to see him at least be a little more aggressive. And you never know. It happens to some people. Aroldis Chapman was a starter, and then he went in the bullpen and found even more success. So it's a long shot, but maybe Frankie Montas actually finds something there.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, most relievers failed as a starter, and that's why they end up going to the bullpen and find success there. But yeah, I mean, it's something to keep in mind. And we got Frankie Montas. I bet he's working really hard to find that pitcher he knows he is, and we know he is because he's not. I mean, he hasn't performed well with the Yankees, but he's not this bad. I don't think Frankie Montas is a bad pitcher. I just think he's gotten a tough break here. Not defending him in any way, but yeah. I mean, what if the Yankees have like a 10-0 lead in the sixth?
Lucas
You
Luck.
know, oh, you're going to Lutke there?